な赤い愛見つめて限界月夜に誘われ天使と悪魔と天使と悪魔と天使と悪魔がたまさか接した天国地獄の天国地獄の天国地獄の狭間で出会った天使と悪魔と天使と悪魔と天使と悪魔が集って踊れば天国地獄の天国地獄の門が開く闇と光の交わるファナティック今宵味わうサイケデリック踊りからマリアウゾディアック恋の駆け引きのタイブレイクでアライでアライですですですパスパスパスでアライでアライですですパスパスでパスです生きた魂をトレイに置いてめくる5枚のカード揺れる方の先にあなたがレイズしたならもう迷わないグラス飲み干して今夜オールインおいでこの勝負今天国と地獄をつなぐ門が開いていく天使と悪魔死者と聖者が入り乱れ踊り笑い全ては混沌の中に飲み込まれていくそれは世界の終焉であり新たなる始まりでもあるのだったでアライでアライですですですパスパスパスでアライでアライですですパスパスでパス月夜に誘われ天使と悪魔と天使と悪魔と天使と悪魔がたまさか接した天国地獄の恍惚消えない果てないムーンナイ天国地獄の天国地獄の狭間で出会った天使と悪魔と天使と悪魔と天使と悪魔が集って踊れば天国地獄のない地獄に天国地獄の狭間で出会いよ天使と悪魔が天使と悪魔にも天使と悪魔が集って踊るがダンスダンスダンスダンスでアライでアライですですです天国地獄でアライでアライですですパスパス天国地獄123はいおじさんまだまだごちそうらしいです全身今日お届けしますまだまだですかましいです死ぬほど興味ないですニコニコ絵文字にカタカナの伸び添えて私も知らない言語体系構築中子供たちは笑ってたマスギフトトークしなよって もです。ああいう言葉にできるのは才能かもです。ああいう言葉にできるのは才能かもです。二度とは見れないキモさが逆にエモいです。二度とは見れないキモさが逆にエモいです。だからちょくちょく返事しちゃうかもです。おじさんとまだまだです。忙しいです。全身今日お届けします。まだまだです。悲しいです。ハイプロック完了。
That's what I like. I'm doing all right. It's the usual. The usual. Let's see, what do we got for today? Semtex, assault rifles. All right. Wait, what do I need for 3 kills and 3 kills. Yep, more booty calls. Wait, what? No, not lately. I thought you were. I've got the stream chat on multi-stream, so the text is much smaller, and I misread that as duty calls, like you're referring to Call of Duty. No, I have motherfucking Ohio Riz. It's a dry spell. My best pickup line is "Oh come on." God damn it. A headshot with a rocket launcher? Okay. Yeah, I know this map. This map is the only reason why I got my gold for most of my weapons. I got 6 now? So Twilight, I've been tinkering around with all sorts of different other apps, and there's one that it's kind of like VTuber ish that I've been getting into that I just started. Oh man, I'm the HVT. Fuck. My team is the motherfucking goats. God damn. You must be taking laxatives because you have got to be shitting me. Everybody's really fucking loving this overdrive mode. Hi, Chucky. God damn it. Hey, Bobtron. Yeah! So, Bobtron. God damn it. So, I told you I got back into Nikkei, right? Because of Stellar Blade. I got Eve on the first 10 pull. They're literally trying to rope me back in with crossover character du jour. Fancy seeing you here, asshole. Yo, bugs! Does that count as a Semtex kill? I need one. God damn it. It's a motherfucking draw. This guy! Who's the motherfucking champ? This guy. Chat, I was being mostly peaceful. Mostly peaceful. Mostly peaceful. I have 2 days to complete this. I need, let's see, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 more tokens. So I need 76 more coins in 2 days. And then I get the SX Model 7. The SEGS Model 7. I kind of want to take a little break. It's a joke about Coronas. There a lot of people put a lime wedge in their Corona because, you know, it's a Mexican beer. That's the joke. That's the only joke we have.
This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. Use the links in the description to visit their store. Entwine is a keyword ability originally introduced on modal spells in Mirrodin. It lets you pay an additional cost to get every choose one option that a card offers. Typically, these modes have synergy with one another, and if you pay the Entwine cost, the spell becomes substantially more powerful. Since Mirrodin, the mechanic has returned a few times, primarily in Commander and Modern Horizons sets. In all, there are 32 cards with Entwine, and in this video we'll look at the 10 that have left the biggest impact on competitive Magic. Before we get to the list though, let me tell you about this video's special sponsor, Into the AM. They're an apparel company that has sponsored videos on my channel for years at this point, and I'm happy about that, not only because they help support the channel, but also because it means I get to tell you about their great products. They are probably most well known for their graphic tees, but these days they have all kinds of offerings in their store, such as relaxed button-up shirts like the one I'm wearing now. They're especially good to pick up at this time of year because they're really comfortable and breathable, perfect for warmer weather. Now's a great time to check out their store because they're having an extended Father's Day sale with up to 40 to 80% off in their store. And if you use my code NITSAHONE at checkout, you'll get an additional 10% off. Use my link in the description to check out Into the AM. Alright, let's get back to the MTG Top 10. Here's a quick reminder on how I score cards in these videos. A first tier top 8 is worth 2 points. This includes events like Pro Tours, and a second tier top 8 is worth 1 point. This includes events like regional championships. At number 10, it's Goblin War Party. For 3 generic and a red, it's a sorcery. Its 2 modes are create 3 1/1 red goblin creature tokens, or creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain haste until end of turn. The Entwine cost here is 2 generic and a red. So if you pay 7 mana, you get 3 2/2 tokens with haste, and if you have anything else on the board, it's likely to be a very big turn for you. One of the great things about Entwine is that you still have access to the modality. Like, if you really need some goblins, this card can do it, and if you already have enough goblins, it can take advantage of that fact with the other mode. You just also have access to a way more powerful Entwine version of the card too. Goblin War Party is from a Modern Horizons set, and that means the only 60 card formats it's legal in are Modern, Legacy, and Vintage, as well as Pauper, since it's a common. Goblin War Party's top 8s have all come in Pauper. Unsurprisingly, it's been played there in decks that are good at going wide with goblins. However, the War Party doesn't have any top 8 since 2024. At number 9, it's Barbed Lightning. It has the same total score as Goblin War Party, but more first-tier top 8, so I gave it the higher spot on the list. For 2 generic and a red, it's an instant that can either do 3 damage to target creature or 3 damage to target player, and the Entwine cost is 2 generic mana. Basically, when cast normally, it's either an adequate removal spell or a way to do the last damage to your opponent, and if you get it late and have some extra mana, killing something and bolting your opponent in the face is pretty sweet, especially if you can also attack them with everything afterwards. Its one top 8 came at the Mirrodin Block Pro Tour, where it was played in a big red deck. This was a mono red deck that was less aggressive than most, instead running lots of more expensive powerful creatures and spells, and Barbed Lightning could easily be entwined in the deck. At number 8, it's Journey of Discovery. For 2 generic and a green, it's a sorcery that can either search up 2 basic lands and put them into your hand, or allow you to play up to 2 additional lands this turn, and it has Entwined for 2 generic and a green. This is a really good way to fix your mana since it can grab basics from your deck, and it can ramp your mana too if you have some extra lands in hand. Obviously, if you entwine it, you're going to both ramp and fix your mana in a big way. While one doesn't always need to do that when they have 6 mana, the decks that have played the Journey can use all the mana they can get. It was played in Gruul ramp decks in Mirrodin Block Constructed that came packing Fireball, and it's more recently found success in modern Primeval Titan decks, in particular the versions of the deck that also use Cultivator Colossus, as the ability to draw more lands goes great with it. However, Journey of Discovery doesn't have any top 8 since 2023. At number 7, it's Whale of the Nim. For 2 generic and a black, it's an instant that can regenerate each creature you control, or it can do 1 damage to each creature and each player, and it can be entwined for 1 black. This kind of spell feels good against anyone really leaning on X1s, but it can also be useful against board sweepers, and if you entwine it, you can save all of your X1s from dying to the damage. Its top 8s have all come in Pauper, where it used to appear in Mystical Teachings decks. These decks used that powerful instant to tutor up instants or cards with flash that were powerful in a given situation, and Whale of the Nim is definitely a situational instant that's amazing at exactly the right time. However, Whale of the Nim doesn't have any top 8 since 2017. At number 6, it's Plunge into Darkness. For 1 generic and a black, it's an instant that allows you to sacrifice any number of creatures to gain 3 life, or you can pay any amount of life and look at that many cards from the top of your library, while putting one of those cards into your hand and exiling the rest. The entwine cost here is only a single black. Obviously, if you have lots of life to pay, this can turn into a de facto tutor, and the sacrifice mode can help you have a ton of life. Each of these modes can be used on their own too, like if you have sacrifice payoffs for the first mode, or if you already have a ton of life and need to find one specific card. In the case of this entwine card, it has almost never been entwined in 60 card formats, because the decks that ran it were usually creatureless combo decks that just like to use the second mode. For example, in Extended, it was used in Storm decks to find a win condition like Tendrils of Agony, and in Legacy it's been used to find Goblin Charbelcher in decks that look to one-shot the opponent with that powerful artifact. However, Plunge into Darkness doesn't have any top 8 since 2008. At number 5, it's Rude Awakening. For 4 generic and a green, it's a sorcery that lets you either untap all lands you control, or turn all your lands into 2/2 creatures that are still lands, and you can entwine it for 2 generic and a green. While the first mode on this card has some applications even when you don't entwine it, because it can end up netting you lots of mana when you have mana multipliers or just lots of extra lands around, but the second mode is pretty bad when 5 of your lands have to be tapped in the first place. But if you entwine this, you get access to all of your lands, and sending a bunch of 2/2 lands at your opponent can certainly end some games. Rude Awakening has appeared as a win condition in Control decks in Standard and Extended. While these decks generally had other ways to win the game, a singleton Rude Awakening gave them a late game way to win the game in a single turn, as all the lands they had amassed would suddenly chip in for lethal. This could be an especially good strategy against opponents who are leaning on sweepers and spot removal, as Rude Awakening is great even when you have no other creatures. It's also been used as a sideboard card in Valakut decks in both Modern and Legacy. While those decks generally look to combine Valakut with Scape Shift to do lethal right away, one of the main ways opponents try to counteract that is by giving themselves hexproof. Rude Awakening gave those decks another way to leverage all of their lands into a win condition, one that didn't care whether or not the opponent had hexproof. However, Rude Awakening doesn't have any top 8 since 2012. At number 4, it's Tooth and Nail, which is perhaps Magic's most famous card with Entwine. It costs 5 generic and 2 green mana for a sorcery that either lets you tutor up 2 creature cards and put them into your hand, or you can put 2 creature cards from your hand onto the battlefield. And its Entwine cost is 2 generic mana. So if you pay 9 total mana, you can grab the 2 strongest creatures in your deck and slam them on the battlefield, Or alternatively, you can grab 2 creatures who combo off together and win the game instantly. It is a little tricky to go off with Tooth and Nail because of the mana requirements, but block constructed Cloud Post decks could pull it off with the help of some extra ramp, and when they fired off Tooth and Nail, they tended to grab both Platinum Angel and Darksteel Colossus, which were incredibly difficult to beat in that block. There were a variety of Tooth and Nail decks in Standard too. Some of them were Elf Ramp decks, which would also grab the Colossus, usually alongside a duplicate to clear the battlefield of what might have been the best creature. Some versions of the deck also use Tron lands to power out Tooth and Nail as early as possible. Other popular Tooth and Nail duos included a Chroma Angel of Wrath alongside a Colossus or Platinum Angel, and after the printing of Kiki Jiki Mirror Breaker in 2005, he also became part of the deck, often making a copy of the Colossus right away and smashing in for 11. In addition to the decks that would search up strong creatures who could just smash in for a ton of damage in a hurry, some decks went the combo route, with Mephidros Vampire and Triskelion the ideal pair there. Because Triskelion can remove counters to do damage, and Mephidros Vampire gives your creature a +1/+1 counter anytime it damages a creature, you can just search both of those up and wipe away your opponent's entire board. Tooth and Nail has also found a bit of success in Modern, where the plan was usually to grab Xenagos, God of Revels, and Emrakul the Eon's Torn, which meant you were sending a 30/30 flyer with Annihilator 6 in right away. Obviously enough, your opponent doesn't have a very good chance of surviving beyond that turn. All that said, Tooth and Nail doesn't have any top 8 since 2018, as there are just way crazier things you can do with a ton of mana these days, most of them involving Eldrazi. Speaking of Tooth and Nail, I've been fighting Tooth and Nail to get to 100,000 subscribers this year, so if you're enjoying this video and haven't subscribed already, consider doing so to stay aware of my regular Magic content. At number 3, it's Reap and Sow. For 3 generic and a green, it's a sorcery that can either destroy a land, or tutor up a land and put it onto the battlefield, and the entwine cost here is 1 generic and a green. Notably, Reap and Sow's second mode lets you search up any land, not just basics, and it puts it into play untapped. It's an instant that can either tap target permanent or untap target permanent, and you can entwine it for only 1 generic mana. So the baseline card here is Twiddle, a card that's seen some significant play. Tap or untap effects can be surprisingly strong, as evidenced by the fact that I've done an entire NTG top 10 on Twiddle of significant play. Tap or untap effects can be surprisingly strong, as evidenced by the fact that I've done an entire NTG top 10 on times called Twiddle Storm. These decks look to repeatedly untap the field to cast a whole bunch of cards. Until recently, it's an instant, and unlike all the other cards on this list, it has 4 modes, and without Entwine, it already lets you choose 2 of them. Those modes are, each opponent sacrifices a creature, exile all cards from each opponent's graveyard, create a 1/1 Flying Spirit token, or you gain 4 life. And the Entwine cost here is 3 generic mana, so if you pay 6 total, you get all 4 modes. Unlike most of the cards on this list, which largely have effects that synergize with one another to some extent, Kaya's Guile is just kind of a value modal card, making your opponent sack a creature while
All right, back to the pain and suffering. Let's filter some of these out. Let's filter out. Oh! Oh, chat, that was sexy. Chat missed it. Nine rewards unclaimed. How many days do I have on this season? 51 days. Is this supposed to be fucking dollar store Bane? Hey mom, can we get Bane? No, we already have Bane at home. Timu Bane. Chat, somebody call 911. Bugs killed him. Why it sucks to be born as a bee. Chat, let's find out why it sucks.
You're born as an egg. 3 days later, you become a larva. By day 9, your cell is sealed, and you transform into a pupa. Then finally, on day 21, you become a fully formed worker honeybee. You chew your way out of the cell and step into the hive. You start working instantly. Your first job is to clean out the bodies. Today, you find a larva that didn't survive pupation. Its body is soft and curled, half sunken into the wax. You pull it free, grip it tight, and walk toward the entrance. Other bees pass by, brushing your sides, but none of them stop. This isn't their job. At the edge of the hive, you take off. You carry the body far enough that its scent won't drift back, then drop it onto the ground and turn around. You do this to reduce the risk of disease near the colony. There's another body waiting when you return, an adult, already dried out. You drag it across the comb, wings scraping the wax behind you. The path is narrow, but you don't slow down. You step over spilled pollen, dodge bees carrying nectar, and force your way to the edge again. Some of the dead are deeper inside. You climb through the brood chamber and spot one half-sealed into its cell. You tear the wax cap open and pull it out. The head is malformed, the legs never hardened. You carry it out the same way. Sometimes they fall while you're carrying them. Sometimes the wings tear off when you try to pull them loose. Sometimes the smell spreads before you get there. But you don't stop. You check cell after cell, move anything that shouldn't be there, and keep walking. Your glands are developing, and when they're ready, your role will change. But for now, you remove the dead. Skip forward to day 4, and your role changes. You become a nurse. You move from cell to cell, checking each larva. Most are only a few days old, their bodies curled and pulsing inside the wax. You lower your head and feed them one by one, pressing your glands to their mouths and releasing a soft paste made of pollen, nectar, and enzymes. Then you move to the next, and the next. Some of the larvae are different. Their cells are larger, built in an unusual shape. You climb down and feed them too, but the food is not the same. You give them royal jelly, a thick, white substance laced with compounds your body doesn't question. These are the ones the colony has chosen to raise as queens. You feed them more often than the others, and you never stop to wonder why. At the edge of the brood chamber, the drones are waiting. Their mouths hang open because they don't forage or build. They just sit and wait for you to bring food. You stop beside one, release the same mixture into his mouth, and walk on. You don't interact. You just maintain him until the hive no longer needs him. Then around day 7, your attention shifts. The queen passes nearby, and your body reacts before your mind does. You join the ring of bees that surrounds her, cleaning her body, feeding her, and brushing your legs along her sides. Her pheromone sticks to you. You carry it through the hive, passing it from bee to bee without knowing who started it or where it ends. She doesn't speak, and she doesn't stop. She just walks laying eggs in any cell that's empty. You follow her for a while, then return to the larva, then to the drones, and then to her again. On day 12, you go from being a nurse to handling what the others bring back. Foragers return coated in pollen, and you meet them at the entrance. They scrape it from their legs into waiting cells, and you take over from there. You pack it down with your head, mixing it with droplets of honey to keep it from spoiling. Over time, the mixture darkens. That's how you know it's ready to feed the next generation. Further inside, honey fills the open combs. Your job is to reduce the water content. You line up beside the others and fan your wings, evaporating moisture until the honey is thick enough to keep. Then you cap the cell with wax from your own body, sealing it shut. You also spend hours in the building zones, shaping new comb. The wax comes in small white flakes from the glands under your abdomen. You pass it to another worker who chews it down, presses it into the frame, and builds another wall. Sometimes you build, and sometimes you just carry wax. But either way, the shape stays the same. Perfect hexagons, aligned by instinct. When the air grows hot, you're moved to cooling duty. You station yourself near the brood cells and fan your wings as hard as you can. Other bees bring in water from outside and spread it along your back. The evaporation pulls heat away. You rotate positions constantly, switching spots when your muscles burn out. By day 18, your wings are stronger, your responses are sharper. You move to the hive entrance and stand there facing out. You're a guard now. Every bee that returns is checked. If their scent matches the colony, they pass. If it doesn't, you block them. Sometimes they try to force their way in. You fight, you sting, you throw your body at them until one of you drops. When a wasp hovers too close, you lunge and it backs off. But soon, your time inside will end. The hive will send you out. And once that happens, you won't stop moving until you're dead. On day 22, your role changes again. You become a forager. You leave the hive with your nectar pouch empty and your leg baskets clean, flying low over the ground as you follow the trails left by others. The scent of flowers guides you in. You land near the center of a wide patch of clover and begin scraping pollen from the petals with your front legs. Bit by bit, you pack it into the baskets on your back legs, pressing it down until the clumps hold firm. You lower your head and push your tongue deep into the flower to collect nectar, storing it in the pouch inside your body. You move to the next flower, then another, covering more ground with each stop. But then, a sharp shift in the breeze makes you stop. Something is behind you. You turn slightly, not enough to fly, just enough to see. It's a wasp that landed 3 flowers away. It doesn't feed. It doesn't move. It just watches. You stay low, hoping it'll leave, but it starts walking. Slowly at first, and then it jumps. Its legs catch yours and its jaws snap close to your head. You kick and push, breaking free, but it circles around and lunges again. You shove it back once more, trying to hold your position, but it grabs your wing and yanks. One of your pollen loads falls away. You could sting it, but you don't. Then it dives again, this time landing on your back. You twist out from under it and launch into the air. It follows for a second, then turns off and disappears above the trees. You fly home with nothing. No nectar, no pollen, just your life. And tomorrow, you'll return to the field and try all over again. By day 30, your wings are beginning to give out. You keep flying anyway. The hive still needs pollen and nectar. You leave in the morning, make your runs, drop off the loads, and go again. The land around the hive becomes familiar. The same bushes, the same fence posts, the same clusters of flowers. You've been here before. You've scraped these petals clean, and still, you return. Each day, the effort increases. Your wings wear out at the edges. The membrane thins, you land harder, fly slower, and struggle more to lift off again. Sometimes you slip when gathering pollen, sometimes you drift off course on your way back. By day 35, you're only making a few trips. You collect what you can and bring it home. No one stops you, and no one tells you to rest either. One morning, you reach a patch of flowers just outside the field. You land, but don't start gathering. You pause. You try again, moving from one flower to the next, but your legs don't grip the same way. Your wings don't lift. You try once more, pushing off the petal, but you don't make it. You stay there. No one comes for you. Another forager leaves the hive behind you and takes your place. If you're a summer bee, that's how it ends. Somewhere between day 35 and day 42, worn out, forgotten, and replaced. But if you're born near the end of the season, your life doesn't follow the usual pattern. You don't become a forager. You're built for winter. Your body is larger, heavier, and much slower than it normally would be. You gather with the others near the center of the hive, pressing close around the queen. Your job is not to fly, but to survive. Your wing muscles shiver without flapping, generating heat. The bees on the outside cool down first, so you rotate, outer to inner, and inner to outer. Together, you keep the core warm. You do this for months, and when spring returns, your strength fades. New workers hatch and they take your place. If you're born as a queen bee, however, your life follows a different path. The workers chose you days ago, selecting your larva and feeding you nothing but royal jelly, while the others received pollen and nectar. Your body responded. You grew faster and developed differently. By day 9, your cell is sealed shut, and inside, your transformation has already begun. You emerge on day 15, tearing your way out with mandibles sharpened just for this. But before you can even take a full step into the hive, you hear it. Another queen is calling. It's a high-pitched sound, echoing through the hive. You answer immediately. You don't know how you learned it, but the moment she replies, you're already moving toward the sound. You find her cell and tear it open. She never gets the chance to leave. You push your stinger through the gap, twist, and sting her to death while she's still curled inside. But that isn't the only one. You move from cell to cell, tracking the calls, answering each one with violence. Some go quiet before you arrive, while others keep calling until your stinger silences them. Eventually, one escapes. You find her in the open, meeting face to face at the center of the hive. No workers intervene. You both lunge at once, legs locking as you grapple and wrestle for control, each aiming for the soft plates beneath the abdomen. You twist, strike, and this time you're faster. She goes still. The fight is over and you're the only queen left. Skip forward 5 days and your body is ready. You leave the hive for your mating flight, rising into open air with dozens of drones behind you. One by one, they catch you midair, breed, and then fall. Their abdomens tear off in the process, and each one dies before hitting the ground. You keep going until you have enough of their white liquid stored in your body, so much that it can fertilize your eggs for years. Then you return. The workers surround you constantly. They feed you, groom you, and carry your scent across the colony. Your pheromone spreads through every comb, every corridor. It keeps the others sterile, and it keeps the structure intact. You walk the brood chamber, stopping only when you find an empty cell. If it's clean and deep enough, you lower your abdomen and lay a single egg. At your peak, you lay over 2,000 eggs in one day. You don't forage, you don't defend, you don't build, you just keep laying. And as long as your scent stays strong, no one questions your place. Then at 3 years old, something changes. The hive is full. Every comb is heavy with brood, nectar, pollen, or capped honey. Foragers land with nowhere left to store what they've brought. The air feels different. Your pheromone doesn't spread like it used to. The workers respond before you notice. Deep inside the brood chamber, they build new queen cells. They pick a handful of larvae and start feeding them only royal jelly. They're not subtle, and you don't stop them. When the first cell is capped, you leave. Half the colony follows. You settle on a branch just beyond the clearing. Scouts scatter. Some search hollow trees. Others check rooftops, walls, and broken fences. One returns and dances, then another confirms it. The signal spreads through wing beats and movement. The swarm lifts off together. A new hive is built, and the cycle begins again. But not always. Sometimes queens don't leave their original hive, like you in this example. Your scent fades. The workers stop responding. A new queen hatches while you're still laying eggs. She walks the same combs, unseen. She doesn't challenge you at first. She waits. Then one day, she finds you. You don't run or resist. She drives her stinger between your plates and pushes until your legs give out. You fall onto the wax. The workers lift your body, carry it to the edge, and drop it from the hive. No one stops to look back. The new queen takes your place, and the colony moves on. Life as a honeybee might be rough, but there's another animal out there that has it way worse. Trust me, it's wild. Check out the video and
Here are 3 awesome commanders to play if you want to steal your opponent's cards and win with their decks, all in different ways. First off is Gaunted Canny Acquisitor, a commander for stealing cards directly from your opponent's libraries, discounting spells you cast that aren't yours, and letting you steal a card from the top of people's library whenever you hit them with 1 or more creatures, potentially allowing you to steal 3 cards per turn. My personal favorite way to build the deck is a bunch of hard to block creatures, an above average amount of control, and some other theft cards, and then relying on my opponent's decks for the win cons to make each game extra unique. Next is a commander for stealing cards from your opponent's graveyards. It's Captain Agathrod, a blue and black 3/6 that knows opponents when they're hit by horrors you control, and then steals an artifact or creature that was newly milled from an opponent's graveyard at your end step. Plus it gives your horrors menace, making it much easier to swing in. It's a fun deck that cares about a pretty unique creature type and can steal some serious threats to close out games. Next is a commander that steals cards directly from your opponent's boards. It's Iriette the Beguiler, a white, blue, and black 4/4 with lifelink that allows you to steal creatures by enchanting them with auras that cost at least as much as the creature. It's a fairly unique commander that wants a wide range of auras that cost different amounts to not only steal creatures but also make them bigger at the same time. Here are 3 awesome commanders to play if you want to steal your...
Oh shoot, it was on mute. God damn it. It's probably better that I have the game on mute.
Blue, check your fire!
Get a UAV on grid. Kill confirmed. Sit rep, LDPR incoming. Enemy scout post detected.
Throwing subjects.
Sentry turret's up. Hazard marking care package LZ. We have the edge. Don't get cocky. This shit ain't over. TACOM, launch a UAV.
Shock charge thrown.
Using hand cannon.
Hand cannon. Destroyed assault pack.
God damn, I love the taste of victory.
God damn, I love the taste of victory.
Down, people. All targets eliminated. Kill. Hostile assault pack. Incoming grenade. That's fine.
Oh, by the way, we got a new follow.
Face off, kill confirmed. We take control.
Molotov. You're done. Shock charge identified. Enemy shock charge. Destination marked. Incoming flash missile impact command. Fucking blind. What's your fucking excuse? Got contact. Good effect on target. Sleep easy.
That was bullshit.
Taking a shot. Target deleted. Incoming subjects.
got diamond camo. Yeah, I have no idea how the cards work.
Incoming frag.
I got diamond camo for both launchers.
MTC's in the red. It's now or never.
Molotov.
See this? One eye. What's your fucking excuse?
Hang on. Let me call Langley. Give him the good news.
Yeah, so I don't know how the cards work in the game, Bugs. I have yet to open any.
We're losing Alpha. All zones lost. Domination. Zone C secure. Hostile air traffic inbound. Enemy Hellstorm launch detected. Locking down Bravo.
Maneuvering.
Eyes on hostile.
Taking Bravo underway.
OBJ.
Hostile LDBR drop detected. Enemy CUAV inbound. Enemy UAV inbound.
Sighting in on counter UAV.
Net call, napalm strike inbound. Securing Alpha. Hostile UAV established overhead. Hostile RCXD in your AO. They're taking.
Chat, I'm feeling out of it. So what I'm gonna do damn it, where is it? Shop Titans. Crush will get me banned, Phelps. Crush is technically not allowed. Even more so if you spend $7 to get the nude and the nude and the 18+ version. It's not on what list? I mean, just remember, Phelps, it's a Nutaku game. On the Twitch banned games, well, I mean, it's... Do they have a category, like, all Nutaku games are banned? Because, like, Nutaku is specifically porn. They just censored it down and left it locked behind a paywall if you play it on Steam. Yeah, but that's irrelevant, Phelps. Well, you see, the thing is Phelps, if you play it on the Nutaku website, you automatically get the nudity and everything for free. The fine craftsmanship of this item has caught my eye. Sell it to me, and I shall have my men shower you with gold. Why not? Make a platinum bell. Holy shit! Porthos fucking stomping the ever-living piss out of me. All right, let's open these card packs, chat. It's time to fucking Scotty Whale. Minus 3% resource cost for Bard blueprints. Minus 3% for Carpenter blueprints. Taylor. God damn. Okay, so I see how it works. You can get furniture space for free? All right, let's open the rare collection card packs. Oh, nice. Plus 5% bonus multi-craft chance for all items. What did I get? Research scrolls. Giggity. cat. Hack. I think I'm about to end it for tonight. Yeah, that's all for tonight. Thanks everybody for stopping and hanging out. I say as I continue playing my mobile game. Oh, I see, I see. Hold up. Bugs. Bugs, don't, Moomin, good night. Damn it. Oh, here it is. Collection cards. 3 different rarities. Card packs. Open with gems or earned from free special event. Minor bonus for earning each card. Grand progression, sort even better bonuses. That's it. That's all there is. That's all she wrote. So yeah, that's it for tonight. Thank you everybody for hanging out. Tomorrow, more question mark? I kind of want to do Dredge off stream and finish the game there. Or just never finish the game. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Like we always do. will see you